All right, we're here this morning, man, the WGCI Morning Show. Myself, Kyle, Kendra G. Leon is out today, but this is a very important conversation we're having right now. Joining us on Zoom is Justin Blake, the uncle of Jacob Blake, who we all know was shot by police officers in Kenosha, Wisconsin, 7 times in the back. Everybody's seen the video. And before we get too deeply into everything that took place, I guess we should just start by asking you, sir, man, how is the family doing right now? How is Jacob doing right now? How's everybody's spirits as of today?
Thank you for asking that, big brother. First off, thank you for having us, family, and covering the story and letting the people know what's going on. GCI is all over the South Side. We know we love y'all. So I was eager to get with you guys and let you know what's happening. After last night, we were at the hotel. I told Julia, baby, you are looking good. Why? Because her son is incrementally getting better. Good. So he's able to communicate a little bit. He can move his arm and really be affectionate with his mother. She's a strong Black woman. If anybody want to see what one look like, look at her. She's taking care of business. She's taking care of her son at the same time. And she's been a great mother. And we are just embracing the children and just showering them with love until we can get the therapy started, which we've had quite a few people offer that to us. It's all about our children getting better and able to put this not to the side because it's going to be with them for years, but to be able to try to get back to some type of normality.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Just real quick, I know you. He's your nephew. So are you his mother's brother or his father's brother?
His father's our brother.
Oh, gotcha.
Jacob Blake is our brother, his father.
Got you.
Little brother, Jacob Blake Sr.
Yes.
Jacob Blake Sr. is the late Reverend Jacob S. Blake that built St. James AME Church on the South Side and built Prim Towers in Evanston 40 years ago with all Black money, and 109 seniors still live in that building.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
We've been putting in work, and we have our own organization called the Black Underground Recycling out of Inglewood. We feed 1,000 seniors. We're going to open a free computer lab in Inglewood. We're going to start employing people and developing our own community with the money from recycling. We do work. We've been doing work. Yeah. It just happened to our family that our nephew be in the middle of the rage of a police officer to catch this vile act. This should not happen in our nation. We need to get with whoever's making the law to make some laws for specific acts against African descendants. Let's get this right. We should be able to walk away, let our children go out the door without having a whole speech every single time they go, because we're worried and we're praying. Let's stop living like this. This is 2020. Our new president or whoever wants to be the president or vice president, come on with it. We don't want a whole bunch of talk. Show us something on papers. Show us how the laws are going to change, how the legislation and bills that you're going to offer. That makes sense to us. We're not going with the Wizard of Oz anymore. The Matrix are falling.
Right. Just to give you the opportunity to respond, what do you say to the people on the other side that say, well, he shouldn't have been going to his car, the police don't know what he's reaching for, all of that conversation? You hear the things that people on the other side say. What do you say in response to that?
We appreciate everybody having an opinion, right? What do they say about people with opinions? I'm here to tell you that we are free people in the United States of America, and nobody that wasn't breaking a law or had a weapon on their person at the time, even if they did not deserve to get shot 7 times in their back. What type of world are we living in? And how can you sit on your couch and watch this? This is time to get up and make change. It's in the air, and it can't be done from your couch. We got to get up and be active and do it. So we're inviting people to come down Saturday at 2 o'clock in Kenosha. The Blakes are hosting a positive protest march. People are coming down from Chicago. There's buses that'll be leaving Chicago. We need to show them how we get down. We're not going to tolerate this. We're demanding justice, but we're going to do it the right way. And we're going to put boots on the ground and we're going to stay howling at them and stay in their face till we get what we came for.
Wonderful. Let me ask you this question. I need you to clear up some of the rumors that have been going on the internet. So did your nephew have a knife, or did he say he was going to get a knife, or did he reach for a knife in the vehicle? Because I saw several reports that said there was no knife, but then I saw a report that said that the cops did find a knife outside the Jeep. So can you confirm or deny the whole knife allegation?
That's still under investigation, but we can tell you that our nephew had no weapon on him. That we can say.
Okay.
It's still under investigation, but our family's standing on he had no weapon on him. And if he did with his back turned, he would have still not deserved, because there's some little black kid out there might have had one in their hand and had their back to a police officer, and they still shouldn't shoot that little kid 7 times. Our nephew had nothing on his person system.
Yeah. What can you tell us about what took place before the video started, man? We were seeing reports that, you know, he was a peaceful guy that was there to break up a fight. That's what we're hearing. What can you tell us about what took place that even led to all this?
Well, we from the South Side family, you know, either you step in it or you walk away, right? And we taught him to step in it. We don't walk away from 2 queens fighting, having a fight in the middle of the street. You try to break it up, and he did, and separated these 2 women that he just knew from seeing around the neighborhood, not knew personally. And so as we understand, the police intervened, were pulling up because they were already called for whatever reason. And that's when they you saw the encounter.
Right.
So can you bring us back? I'm not sure how much you know, because like Kyle said, there was a video that showed the other side before he walks into the car. And it appears that the police tried to tase him, or they were fighting him, and then he got up to still walk away. So how did they ever start tussling with your nephew in the first place?
I'm not sure, sis. The videos that we've seen were some from the opposite side. Okay. So I didn't see some of what we heard about the tussling, but I'm going to find out about it and try to see it and try to explain what from our perspective, what was going on.
Gotcha.
Obviously, since everything that's been taking place, the family has been speaking for Jacob. Is there anything that he said to family members that he wants to share or let people know about that he hasn't been able to say for himself?
He indicated to his mother that these are our communities, so we don't want to burn them down. Not on his account. If you got something else that's irritating you or mistreatment over years, then specify that's why you're doing what you're doing. But you're not doing that on behalf of the Blake family, because we don't tear up our own. So we're gonna show them on Saturday how you put boots on the ground that'll be like a black earthquake of love and stand up and demand justice. It's a big difference.
Right. You know, the identity of the officer who shot your nephew was hidden up until yesterday. Finally, the public got the name, and it's Rustin Shesky, I believe that's his name. Don't really care if I pronounced it right or not. But, right. But what is the goal that you would like to see to happen to this man? Of course, fired, but would you like him to see jail time as well, too?
We want to see justice, Queen. What does justice look like to us? We want some type of, eventually we want our nephew to walk away from this, but he's been harmed severely. And how do you get at people that harm you severely? One, in this country, you hit them in the pocket. So yeah, we want him to rectify what went on the civil side on that. But first and foremost, it has to be shown. You have to set precedents in legal law to put someone away, to convict someone. So then the next time this happens, we have precedents set. We're talking law, we're not talking street talk. We have to have laws to protect us as other people are protected in this country. I hope I answered your question, sis.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you too, because one of the things about this traumatic situation is that everything went down in front of 3 of his children. You know what I mean? As a father, you know, just as somebody that cares about our kids, man, how are the kids dealing with this situation? You know, how have they been since this incident has taken place, man? How's everything going with them?
We have been showering them day, noon, and night with our family love. It brought their mother back. It brought our nephew back, and it's gonna bring them back. So one of them almost jumped out of a car the other day when they saw a police car. It was a very traumatic, you know, thing to witness.
Right.
And so definitely has damaged their psyche. And right now, we're not professionals. All we can do is comfort them and love them and let them know their family is 100% behind him. And we are seeking professional help to deal with trauma with children, but we definitely are doing that.
I know I'm sorry, just to follow up on that really quick. I know there's a whole network of Black professionals in that area that we could put you in contact with if you needed to.
We would love if you would, brother. We know we have a conclave of Black professionals in Chicago of that sort. And if you could help us, we'd appreciate it.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
So I saw that there's a GoFundMe created for your family. And at this moment, it has over $1.6 million of people from all across the country, really, the world, I should say, because not just people in America are donating to this fund. How does it feel to get the support, even financially, from complete strangers, because they actually do feel for your family right now? And I want you to confirm this too. You guys are in control of that GoFundMe account, correct?
There's an account that says Julia Jackson. It was created by his mother. That is the account that is being managed for my nephew, Lil Jake. Yes.
Okay. And that's one I believe that has more than $1.6 million.
If it does, we thank the NBA for stop and play, baseball for stop and play. We love y'all. It's when you look back in the 60s, when we were making change, Eartha Kitt was there. Muhammad Ali was there. There was different people in the play from all aspects of our community. We need unity now. Our Jamaicans, our Belizeans, our Nigerians, our Haitians, and our African Americans. If we move with unity, we can make a Black earthquake of love. We need to be working together from here forward. And we hope that's what, if nothing else out of this comes, we do that as a people, it would be a positive thing.
You mentioned it, but can you just expound on it a little bit more about the NBA? How did that feel for your family yesterday when you learned that LeBron James, I mean, the greatest basketball player in the world, also the Milwaukee Bucks, they came forward and said they were not playing because of the injustice that happened to your nephew, Jacob Blake. So how did it feel to see the whole NBA and WNBA unite in efforts because of your nephew? How did that make your family feel?
Off the chain, Queen. His mother, some of the nieces and her daughters were saying, baby, they stopped the NBA for your son. So she was just feeling real good last night. The mother, all our nieces, all our nephews. We thank you, Brother LeBron, Chris Paul, down at OKC. Love you, brother. He was sort of the tipping point. Thank you for the Bucks. They were trying to get in touch with us yesterday, before and after. Hopefully we can talk today. That's love. That's Black love. Just because you have finances, if you can't control your own destiny, then you're still under the foot. And they showed today, moving forward, the matrix are broke, and African descendants are going to take more control of their own destiny, no matter how much money they make or what field they're in. And that's love, from the streets to the boardroom.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, man, since this whole thing is taking place and getting to see you speak and some of your family members speak, and just starting to learn a little bit about the history, about your family from back in the days when, civil rights up till now. What are some of the things that your family has been a part of that people should learn about now? I know you mentioned a couple of things when we first started this interview, but what are some of those prominent things? You guys have the things that are named after you in Evanston. You were talking about some of the things on the South Side. Just give some people some of the history about you and your family and your contribution just to the struggle overall.
Man, we appreciate that question, brother. Our family's literally been in Chicago over 100 years, 100 years. We live in a house that we've been in 70 years. Our grandfather was a Pullman porter, and they were the first persons to move east of the Rhine. They were the first Black family. Being a Pullman porter, that's how he purchased the house. My grandfather, that was my mother's grandparents. Her parents, my grandfather, was a Tuskegee Airman. On the other side, my father's father was a Garveyite, which I'm now part of the UNIA down on 37th and King Drive. Proud to be 104 member. My father built St. James AME Church in 1966 on 93rd and Lafayette, right off the Dan Ryan. 3 kids got hit going across the expressway, and he put down the seed money to build that walk across bridge right before you get to 95th Street. Before my father left that church, before they moved him up to Evanston, The trucks, when they were building the Dan Ryan, damaged the foundation. My father left that church. He handed them, they had a mortgage burden because the city had paid it off. He went to Evanston because Bishop Prim asked him to go to Evanston after Bishop Prim, because he didn't like to fly, sent our parents to South Africa and they took money to Mandela. Then when he came back, he finished the building prior to dying, passing away rather. He built Prim Towers up in Evanston with all Black money 40 years ago. Thanks to Cook County commissioners gave him a document stating that he did just what we stated to you, that he put the seed money together with all Black money, monies that came from Evanston, Black money, monies that came from the South Side. And because they had the seed money, they gave them almost millions of dollars to make the building. And it stands today, and it's the only one standing out of that government program, and it still houses 109 seniors. 2-3 blocks down the street, there's another senior citizen home called the Jacob Blake Manor. And that's where the buses will be leaving from tomorrow, coming to Kenosha, or Saturday, I'm sorry, at 12 o'clock for the protest in front of the Jacob Blake Manor.
That's what's up.
So we put in work. Like I said, I run the Black Underground Recycling. We recycle aluminum cans last year, fed 1,000 people every month for free. This year, because of Corona, it's probably closer to 2 or 3. Want to send a shout out to Reverend Brooks, Corey Brooks, over there, 6620 King Drive. This brother gave out over 8,000 bags of food the Saturday prior to my nephew getting shot. So when he got shot, the reason we couldn't answer the phone, because we had given out 8,000, almost 10,000 bags of food with Corey Brooks the Saturday from 8 in the morning till 12 at night. We're doing work on the South Side, but that doesn't hit the news. You don't see that. Back cars went from down to 63rd, down to State Street, back around to King Drive on 67th. We put in work and you don't see that. And so we just want people to know UNIA, NEC, Dr. Willie Wilson sends us money to support us. Congressman Davis to support us. Cook County Commissioner Miller has support us. Coleman just met with Alderman Coleman. We got people that want to do things, but unfortunately at this time, I got to leave my private, being nice behind. All those people we named, we need you now to do something special and stand up. You've supported us from afar. We need to come up with legislation. We need monies to put in our community. There's monies in government that they have specifically for rebuilding. We have to demand as Black people that they stop abusing the TIF in Chicago that's supposed to be for development in communities of need, not downtown building hotels, not downtown building things for DePaul University. That TIF money should be in the South Side and the West Side to make it look like downtown in the North Side. We're lagging behind and we have to demand change, and we're demanding it now as we demand justice.
I love it. I want to go back to last Sunday. Can you tell us where you were in the moment that you learned that your nephew had just been shot by the police?
I'm sorry, sis, that's what I was trying to explain. So when it actually happened, we were working with Reverend Corey Brooks to give out the 8,000 to 10,000 bags of food to families. So as we go to the house, I've been out there since 8 in the morning. When we left, it was past 12. So when I got home, we were a hot mess. Just had an operation on our foot. I've been in Local 76 Labor's Union for 27 years. I had an operation on the ankle 3 times, so I couldn't stand that long. Got home, I was no good. We were crashed out, the phone was off, and we didn't give a damn. So we wake up Monday morning, and we're trying to turn it on to get things started. And we just got a deluge of messages from all over the country and the world telling us to call our brother. And so we couldn't get through to him, and another family answered and sort of let us know what was going on. They were sending us the videos and almost shut our phone down. So fast forward, my motorbike was down, our truck is in the shop. We got to get there as soon as we can. Tried to catch the train. It didn't leave for another 4 hours. So we got on the old dirty dog, the Greyhound got us down there. And we didn't see the video till we got in front of Greyhound. One of the young people that was there heard us talking to the security guard as they were trying to assist us, and he played the whole thing from the perspective of from the street looking at the car, not from the building side. I haven't seen the one from the building side. seen the one from the street that everybody pretty much have seen. And it took our breath away, sis. We had to walk 3 or 4 blocks east away from the Greyhound station just to catch our breath. I mean, I couldn't really talk. It was surreal, but it was reality, and we had to face it. So we took like a 4-block walk and sort of caught our breath and was able to come back and finish getting our ticket. And to think that no one will want their child, their nephew, their grandson, uncle, or otherwise to go through what we witnessed. That's why we work so hard with the Black Underground Recycling and other organizations in Chicago. Mina Matthews has been a great assistance with our program. So we got to work together. If these individual organizations keep getting flicked this little crumbs off the table, 50,000, 100,000, a million, if we get all of our non-for-profits together in community organizations, we want 100 million. We want 200 million. You understand? We got work to do. They say we're 288 years. It would take a Black family to catch up to the wealth of a white family. We don't have that long, family. We want to make changes now so the next generations will have their own control of their own destiny. But we have to lay it down now. We cannot go further. We can't let them sidebars. We have to make a platform about our children, our education, the monies that they give police, keep giving it. You take some of that off the top and we want some money to police ourselves. This system's not working for us. Maybe we need a side courtroom before you go to their courtroom. I don't know what it's gonna take, but we gotta think outside the box and we gotta do it in a unified manner.
I know it's only been about 4 or 5 days so far, and maybe you guys have not even started, but I guess the question is, have you started, and where are you in the legal process in terms of how you guys want to move forward?
I'm sorry, family. I've been a little catching this weather since we've been down there, so excuse me. You said what again?
I was asking, I don't know if you guys have started it yet or not. I know you guys have lawyer representation, but where are you in the law process of this, and what you guys are trying to pursue? What you trying to look forward in the end of it all?
So you got Attorney Crump and the team on what all the legal points are that they're gonna expect to work on behalf of little Jake. And us as a family, we're just fighting to keep him strong and demand justice. That's what's going to truly let him allow to be more of a man the rest of his life. You couldn't very well get on with your life if you haven't closed this door. So we want him to be able to close it behind him and have the justice that he would like for any other brother around this nation, around this world. Stop trying to treat one better than the other. We all want fair treatment for our children's brother. So we appreciate you and the Queen having us on and sharing our platform. We're not willy-nilly out here. We know what needs to be done. We appreciate Kenosha receiving us, Milwaukee, giving us great love. So this isn't the people that took the action upon little Jake. This is this one specific person that went outside the boundaries of police and it took it upon himself to do bodily harm to my nephew 7 times in the back. Let's focus on that, people. Let's focus on that. I don't know if you got family members, brother, but I'm sure if you don't have kids, you help raise kids. You look like that type of man. And how would you?
I got 3, bro.
There you go. Little Jake's got 5, and he's a hell of a father. My older brother tried to beat, my daddy came out of 19 out of Gary, and my brother has like 12 or more, and he's trying to follow that legacy. But let me tell you something, all Blake men take care of all of their children.
Speaking of your brother, give him my prayers and my upliftment as well. I'm not
sure. I know that was your man.
Yeah, I don't know how much he remembers me, and I don't we weren't hanging out like that, but we used to go to Winston-Salem State together. We got mutual friends.
He mentioned you the other day when I said that you guys had, I'm sorry, my days are mixing. I was with my college roommate.
Yeah.
And last night when we saw Jake, he was laid across the bed trying to get on the early flight to go to DC today.
Yeah.
So once I'm done with you guys, I'm ready to shoot out as well to represent our family in DC at that march. And we're, cuz if you can please on the side, shoot us your number. So when I get in front of them, we can hook it up. Family style.
Absolutely.
Before you go, because I know you have to go, I just want to ask you about the shooting that took place in Kenosha the other night with the white teen, Kyle Rittenhouse. Did you see the videos that went around, and then his association with law enforcement and how law enforcement handled him. And I think that's what went on social media yesterday and what had so many Black people upset, because first of all, you have a 17-year-old teen with a gun who's walking towards law enforcement and they do nothing.
Have you ever? And what happened? He walked towards him. Then what happened, sis? Finish what you said.
They rode right by him. If that wasn't bad enough, there was video footage of him earlier that night with law enforcement, in which law enforcement thanked him for being out there and gave him water. So I really feel like that was when Black people broke yesterday, because we clearly see that we can't trust law enforcement, because this boy is 17 with a rifle. He ends up walking and they do nothing. And they arrest him the following day. So what was your thought?
If we can help you with this, Queen, if that's not the perfect example of white privilege. Do you hear me? What Black man could have done that and walked past them tanks? He was trying to give himself to them, and they didn't want to take him. Now, what type of law enforcement are we talking? The man's walking, talking about, I just shot 3 people from what we could hear, and the trucks rolled on by? What? Are you serious? What Black man you think they gonna offer a bottle of water to that has an M16 or AR, whatever you talking about, on the front of his chest? Come on now. If this is the perfect example of white privilege, and that's why I'm encouraging our people in Chicago, the Midwest, and around the country, get off your ass and come on down here to Kenosha, Wisconsin, 2 o'clock. We got buses leaving Chicago. It's not no time to be a fence sitter. Action is needed. Thinking is needed. What are our projections for this year, 3 years, 20 years from now? Because they got the plans. Look at Cabrini Green, brother. Huh? You remember what Cabrini Green used to look like? It looks like Hollywood over there now. Once they removed us, they did what they wanted to do. Now we got to do that type of development while Black people are still in the community. Come on.
Yo, we appreciate you taking the time, man. Justin Blake hanging out with us, Jacob Blake's uncle, representing for the family right now. Saturday, 2 o'clock in Kenosha. Everybody's meeting up. We're going to rally the Blake family style, correct?
Yes, sir. Justice now. Without tearing up anything, justice now.
Absolutely. We appreciate you, man. We support you.
Yes, we do.
Queen, can I add this on the way out? You are absolutely gorgeous and a hell of a sister. Keep doing what you do. Big bro, you always clean up behind her. You're the good-looking guy sweeping the back, helping, making sure ain't nobody behind her. We love y'all combo. We love our GCI family, and we love the city of Chicago, baby.
All right, hold it down, bro. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Peace.